Hi, you're all welcome. This is SBECE Today we'll be addressing the practical computing exams that was released by WAEC some months ago. Computing is a little challenge, if I would say, because of new topics like introduction to computing, algorithm, flowcharts that have been introduced into the curriculum. And looking at this practical question we have, it is a pure program. So if you lack basic concepts like operators and variables, it will be a little challenge for you to understand. But here's the case. We have this as an exam question to answer. Who knows, we might even meet a similar question in our upcoming BEC exams. But whatever the case, don't worry. We will do our best to explain it for you to understand and break it down into simple concepts that you'll be able to grasp. And in case a similar question is found in your upcoming BEC exams, our prayer is that you will be able to do it. Okay. Now, with much said, I think we can start. This is the question. It says, the head of your school presented the program shown in figure 1 to the school's programming club. The program creates usernames for students in the school. Members of the club were then tasked to discuss and answer the questions that follow. So right from the onset, the question said, the head of your school has been presented the program. So this is not ordinary figure, but rather a program. And indeed, this is a program. Now, the question further that see yourself as part of a programming club in the school, which has been presented to you this program for you to answer some questions related to it. Now, let's get started. Now, let's analyze this figure so that you understand it before you even try to answer them. Now, this figure is flowchart and it flows from top to down. Now, how does the system works? As you can see, the ellipse is where we begin the program. That is why the flattening starts here. So when the program starts, something will happen. We have parallelogram shape here. Now inside, we have input first name. So over here, the student will input his or her first name into the system. So this is what this parallelogram is used for or means in the program. So it will take input of the student's first name. Now the next one too is parallelogram, which also takes inputs, but this is different. It takes the surname of the student. So whilst the first one takes the first name, the second one will take the surname of the student. Now the next one is not a parallelogram, but rather a rectangle. Now in flowcharts, rectangles are used for processing. So it means over here, the computer will be performing some operation, some calculation, some processing activity will be happening here. And we can see clear from the shape. It says name equal to first 3 letters of first name. Now, what does this mean? This name here is a variable. Good. So the system will create a variable called name and it will store first 3 letters of the first name, which means when the user or the student enter the first name, 3 letters of the first name will be saved inside this variable called name. So that is the operation which will be performed in this section. Okay, now let's talk about the next one. The next one is also a rectangle, which means processing activity or operation will be performed. And the system will create a username, a variable called a username. Now, which will be assigned name plus first 2 letters of surname. So this name is the variable name here, which contains first 3 letters of the first name plus first 2 letters of the surname. So when the user inputs the surname, 2 letters or 2 first letters will be saved inside the username plus the name variable, which already contains the first 3 letters of the first name that the student has already entered. Now, right after this processing activity, now the next shape is parallelogram again, which will output or display the information, which is the user's name, on the screen for us to see. Right after that, then the program stops. So this is a simple analysis to understand how this program works. Now that we have a little knowledge as to how this figure works, now let's take the question. Using the process in figure 1, Kojo Ba's username would be Coach Ba. This is what the system is saying, or the question is saying. Anyway, this is not actually part of the question. It is rather helping us to understand how the system works. So the question is saying that Kojo Ba, if a student is called Kojo Ba, then it is obvious that the username will be Coach Ba. Now, how did the system get, Coach Ba? Let's take it one by one and you'll understand. So the student that we are working with is student is Kojo Ba, right? Good. Now Kojo Ba, the first name is what? Kojo, and the surname is what? Ba. So when the program starts, Kojo Ba will have to enter only the first name inside this field. So it will accept the first name, which is Kojo here. Now after that, Kojo will also have to enter the surname inside this field. So let's enter Ba, B-A-A-H. Now, once this finishes, now the processing activity will start. The system will create a variable and store first 3 letters of the first name. So it will be name equal to. Now, first 3 letters of the first name is KOJ. So the system will store only KOJ inside name variable. So KOJ. Now let's come here. The next one, which is a variable called username, will store name plus first 2 letters of the surname. So it will be username equal to name plus first 2 letters of the surname. The surname is Ba, B-A-A-H. So first 2 letters will be what? B-A. So it will be A. And we understand that this name contains the string KOJ. So we can substitute the value inside so that we understand it well. So this one, username KOJ plus BA. Now, the string KOJ plus the string BA, when you add them together, now the answer will be Coach Ba, KOJ BA. Good. So this is how they managed to get Coach Ba. You see, it follow the structure of the flowchart and it works perfectly. So input the first name, input the surname. Now system create a variable, store only first 3 letters of first name. System create a variable, store the name variable which contains KOJ plus first 2 letters of surname, which is Ba. Then add them together, giving you the username Coach Ba. So this is how the program works. Once you understand this, it's so easier, or it will be so easier for you to answer all the questions that follows. Now let's answer the questions. 1A says write the name of figure 1. So figure 1, it is flow chart. So flow chart here. Okay, so this is flowchart. Now let's go to the next one. Using the process in figure 1, create the username for Patience Mensa. Now we were able to use this program to get the username for Kojo Ba, which was Coach Ba. Now they are telling you to use another name, Patient Mensa. If you are using another name, Patient Mensa, what will be the username? That is what the question is now telling you. And I believe you should be able to do it. So let's do it together. Or if you like, you can pause the video and test your knowledge. So change the color, make it black. Okay. So student's name is Patient Mensa. Okay. Patient Mensa. Now, first name is Patient and second name is what? Mensa. Okay. So the system will take the first what name, which is Patient. So we enter Patience here. Patience, P-A-T-I. Okay. Now the next one, the system will take the surname, which is Mensa. So Mensa will be entered here. Okay. Now next one, the system will create a variable called name and store only the first three letters of the first name. So it will be name equal to PAT, only the first three letters, PAT. So PAT, PAT. Now the next one, the system will create a username and store the name plus first two letters of surname. So username will be name plus the surname is what? Mensa. So first two letters will be ME, me. Now you can substitute the values already inside. So name contains part PAT, so plus me will give you the output, which will be part me. So right here, then the program stops. So the answer for B is part me. So you can enter here, part me. Well, so you see how the system works. I don't think it is very difficult. It's all boiled down to you understanding how the system works and how the various components, sorry, the various concepts that you have learned, are put together for you to get the answers. That is all. Now, for you to understand very well, I want to code so that you come to know that this is a real program and how it really works. I'll be using JavaScript to do that, but when you use Python, you get the same. So I'll create a variable, call it first name, and I'll use the prompt function. So what? Use enter first name. That will be simple. Now I'll create another variable called surname, which also take the prompt, enter surname. Now the next one, what did the question say? Okay, so we've done this one, we've done the second one. Now the system will create a username, sorry, a variable called name, and keep three letters, first three letters of the first name. Okay, so it will work like this. So now the program doesn't allow this name to be used, so I'm just adding the letter one, the number one, so that we will not get error. So name will be first three letters of the first name. So I have to copy this variable name, paste it here, and use the method called substring, which takes two values. Now because it is taking first three letters, I will use number 3. Okay, right after that, then we create another variable called username, which will take the name here. So name one, then plus first two, right? Hope I'm clear. Take first two letters of surname. Good. So you have to use the surname variable here too, as substring. Substring, good. Which also takes two arguments. But this time we use two because it's taking the first two letters. Now once I'm done with everything, I just console.log to see if it will work. Username. Let me save it. Now when I refresh the page, the system will give me an input. Good. Enter first name. So let me use patient, Patins. When I press enter, the system will ask me again, enter the surname, which is Mensa, right? Now, when I press enter, see the results will be shown here. You see, Patmi. So that is what we did here. We had Patmi, and when we coded, after coding, we had the same Patmi. Now let's try Kojoba. First name, surname will be Ba, B-A-H. When you press OK, you get Kojuba. So that is what we had here, right? So it's so simple. So let's try any other person's name. So let's assume they had a friend called Ajua Poku. Poku. Let's see the name that's still to give. You see, Ajop. Wow. So interesting. So guys, this is how this question works, or the program that we see in the question works. You see, it's not all that difficult, even though it's a little complicated. But I believe by now you have a little understanding as to what is variable and how they are used in programming and how the flowchart also works. So in case you should meet a similar question and certain, you'll be able to answer. In our next video, we will continue with the other question that is from C, D, and E. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like. If you don't understand anything, please feel free to put your question in the comment section below, and also tell your friends about this channel so that they will all get the tips and information that we'll be posting on this channel that will help you to ace in your academics. Thank you very much.